Hi, my name is Sheila Willis of Impact Tourism, the developer of the History Check mobile app. Welcome to History Bytes, your dose of Alberta Historical Trivia, brought to you in partnership with Belt Drive Betty Media and the Canadian Motorcycle Tourism Association. You can register to answer the questions for a shot to win prizes, or just take the quiz to satisfy your own brain power. Either way, we're excited to see how much of Alberta's history you really know. And the last question was, work conditions on the CPR caused a riot in Blackfalds in June 1911. Weapons included, is it A, boiling water, B, frying pans, C, rocks, or D, all of the above? And the answer is D, all of the above. A riot in Lacombe where people were using rocks, frying pans, and even boiling water against their opposers was reported in the Western Globe of June 7, 1911. Actually, they described it as the liveliest time in the existence of Blackfalds. It all started when 80 graders working on the Canadian Pacific Railway quit working to protest their working conditions. After trying unsuccessfully to force them to work, the CPR then tried to pay them and tell them to leave the boarding cars where they were camped. That didn't work either. They didn't take their pay and they stayed on in the boarding cars. In the meantime, the CPR shipped in 100 new graders from Edmonton who immediately continued on with the work, even though the discharge men threatened violence if they started operations. Not much seemed to happen until the new workers were done for the day. They went to the boarding cars to get their night's rest, and all hell broke loose. The ex-employees were still there, but had locked the doors and refused to allow them in. Well, it's hard to keep tired men from their rest, and the new men attacked the cars with stones and used logs as battering rams to break down the doors. From the inside, the ex-employees hurled whatever missiles they could get their hands on, including frying pans. To keep the men away from the outside of the building, they also had scalding hot water, which they poured out the windows, severely burning some of the attacking party. Finally, the doors were broken down, and hand-to-hand combat was the order of the day, with both sides using clubs and any other weapon they could get their hands on. Many of the men received scalp wounds, some were burned with the scalding water, but there were no serious injuries. As soon as the trouble started, the officers in charge of the work sent for the mounted police in Lacombe. The one policeman available couldn't do much with 160 enraged men, so he wired to Edmonton for assistance, and 3 more officers were sent by the midnight train. The battle ended about 11 o'clock, the attacking party retiring to the bush 100 yards away and camping there for the night. An ultimatum was sent to the ex-employees to the effect that if they did not get out and leave the neighborhood by the morning, they would be arrested and sent to jail in Edmonton. This had a quieting effect on them, on the strikers, who finally packed it up and left. And our next question is, when James Cornwall hosted the 1910 press party to show off the Peace River and Northwest Alberta region, they primarily traveled by what? Is it A, train, B, water, or C, automobile? Come back for the answer and the story that goes along with it. Then we'll load you up with the next day's question. Enjoy!